let's just squeeze in a question about women, wage parity. If Steve and I were being paid for this, which we're not, I would likely earn 77% of what he would earn for doing it. What are you doing to get parity?
I would pay for you.
Thank you. What are you doing to get parity for women and minorities in wage levels?
Well, first of all, if you have a union, that doesn't exist.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't. Women make the same as men.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a union and you're a woman, you make, well, I'll tell you exactly. I just happen to have those figures here. Right
so this
here.
wasn't a hard-hitting question
No,
after all.
if you're a woman in a union, you make $898 a week. If you're a non-union, you make $676. If you're a Latina, you make $838 if you're in a union, $547 if you don't have a union. Overall, if you're in a union, you make $950, and if you're not, you make $750, about a 28% different. But if you're in a union shop, you get the same wages as I do. That's point number one. Point number two, raising the minimum wage will help. It'll lift more women out of poverty than a lot of other things will. And that includes the tipped wage. By the way, the tipped wage is $2.13 an hour right now. Has not been increased since 1991. Is 77% of the people who get tipped wages are women. And so bringing the tipped wage up to the regular minimum wage will help dramatically.
Can you just explain, is a tip wage, so for folks who are watching on television right now, tip wage means restaurant positions? Are there other tip wage positions?
Oh, yeah. Any place where you depend on tips for your salary. But restaurants' wages are one of the big ones, but other ones, doormen, things like that. Now, if you're working at Morton's over here, tipped wage is all right. Every meal's $150, $250 without wine. And somebody plunks down 18 to 20% tip, that's big money. But if you're back in Nemacolin, where I grew up, and breakfast is $3.50, that tip's pretty slim.
Denny's,
and living on
Denny's Grand Slam is not going to get you 20%.
Bingo. So that tipped wage needs to come up.
Right.
If it does, it'll help women significantly.